Again, have good time of the day, and it's already the evening. To all those people who live in different time zones as well, have good time of the day. Now we have the summary within the frames of the International Marathon devoted to reading the Holy Scriptures, and it's also for the virtue of the world and for the spiritual practice of all the people who participate in this marathon. We are drawing the summaries of today. Galina. Sinkova. Sorry if I put the wrong stress. Thank you very much for the marathon. In the beginning, I was running very quickly. I felt the uplifting and happiness, and then the circumstances changed in a way that now I'm not allowed to listen and to read. I have a suffering from not being able to be in the marathon. For now, I have to postpone it. Does it mean that I don't have enough virtue? It's not obligatory like this that you have to think, Galina. You got a taste and it's enough. Communicate with those who didn't let you do it. Just try to explain peacefully with love how it is important to you. It's one of the examples of how we will be stopped on our spiritual way. And I wasn't comparing you at the moment now with anyone. Gopi also, they would stop them. Krishna, as soon as he started blowing his flute, they started running, and their husbands, their relatives were stopping them. Where are you going? Where are you running? Or when little boys, shepherds came to the wives of Brahmins, there was the same thing. They said, there is Krishna with Balarama. They're hungry. If you have something, can you give them something to eat? And they immediately started running and said, where are you going? And they're not even listening. And they're saying, where are you going? But it's not our case now. We're talking about another thing. We're saying that there will be some obstacles, reading the books, or there will be obstacles, but nobody can just forbid you from reading silently or put something in your ear. Find a method that will not bother those people who forbid it to you. So just try to communicate. Krishna takes away the fear, starts to become fearless, and fights softly, freely for Krishna. Explain and convince. This fight, Krishna will appreciate it for sure. You need to do it in a way that people are not bothered, don't go into aggression, or don't criticize Krishna or who you're fighting for. As long as you can do it, just keep it. Also, you have to understand that there will always be obstacles. But anyway, you managed to run for some time. You already have received the taste, these spiritual emotions and basis. And what about the virtue, non-virtue? For now, please don't think within these frames. The only thing, the sole thing that you remember, then you have this taste, it's already a very good thing. Please continue fighting for Krishna. Search for different methods. You don't have to keep up with the marathon. You just started your running. There are no losers in this marathon. There will be 1, 2, 3 days. You started sometime, and then some time will pass, and you will restart it, and then slowly, it will. You will succeed. Svetlana, I have seen a dream as if I am calling to find out something in the information bureau, and they're telling me that Govinda is the Supreme Personality of Godhead whom we are worshipping. But today there is a phone or notebook, they switch on the lectures by themselves. It's incredible. He also switched on this one by itself, and I found a nectar, such a nectar. We can only be envious of you. God is already making his leelas, his games for you to make you impressed. Maybe the people have not a strong faith. That's why God is creating some plots and some situations when a person starts finding out and believing. It means that this is God in your heart does this all to make your faith stronger. This is a very good situation. Thank you very much, Svetlana. Violetta. Sometimes I catch myself on a thought that all my spiritual practice is done not for me and not only for God, but exactly for those who are my teachers, so that they can be glad for me. This is the correct mood. This is a good mood if you have a spiritual teacher and you do something for them and you're fighting for them. God also accepts this, because Guru will not take your results to him. It will give to his guru, to his guru, to his guru, and like this it will arrive to Krishna. It will come through Radharani and through Yashoda, his mother. And they will tell him, there is Violetta, she's doing something, please accept it. And Krishna will say, yes, good, and he will accept it. I am now completely sure in it, because according to my faith, I had to leave the departure of my guru, but now he's happy and faithful and good. But since my interest has disappeared thanks to this marathon and to all of you, the devotees, I am still running. That's very good, run. You don't have to lose the sense and the reason to serve God. You have to hold it and keep it. Your running is the whole sense. Your words made me sober. You have to have a guru that you will devote your life for. I thought it was just my affection, attachment. No, it was a true wish to serve, to bring joy, and to be endlessly glad, at least to one soul in this world. I am not excluding that I can be wrong in my choice. That's why I'm writing you. Yes, that's a good mood. Serve to your teacher, to your guru. Whoever is leading you to Krishna, give them your life. Krishna is leading you in this way, through this guru, your spiritual teacher. Anyone who inspires you and cares about you is your leader. You can for sure give your life to him. Even by giving your life, you will not be able to thank them enough. People do not appreciate these things. And that many people just give their strength and they just spend so much effort to get someone out of the bog. And then those people who go out from the bog, then they say, okay, now I need guru, and then they just leave their parents, they forget that they gave them the birth, they spend so much energy, so much effort, and they just say, oh, Hare Krishna, and they don't know that they say, I listen only to my guru, I listen to the God, you are not my law, I have a guru, and they don't understand that it will wait for them the same thing. They are just children, they don't understand anything. They might receive an initiation, even the second initiation, but just look at them as children. Like, if they have this kind of mindset, they are still not yet very well educated. For some unreasonable mercy, they just got this guru and initiation. They don't appreciate their other teachers. If they do not accept the people who care about them and understand them, because Guru and Krishna act through them. Guru will not show them that they are not welcome. He is unbiased and he will just care about them and continue. But it's not the fact that he will be satisfied with the disciple, but the task of the disciple is to satisfy the guru. If the person is jumping through the teacher, through some other teachers, and just wants to satisfy guru, that's not good. So thus it is very good that you have such a mood. Thank you. Tell me, please, if you want to serve more, not guru, but your teacher in your place. Is it normal? To guru, of course, but to my teacher, I have a lot more enthusiasm. I would put you 5 out of 5. Even 5+, because this means the true, unconditional, pure service. Because if you serve your teacher, it means you serve to your guru, because you said it correctly that your teacher is sent by your guru. If you defy him, you are just an unsuccessful person. Just serve your guru in your heart. Just serve your teacher in your heart. Sometimes your teacher can be strict, too strict, because your guru will not be so strict. He has this tool to act on you. It's very rarely that he can have some strictness, if he understands that the disciple will bear it, but he does it through your teacher, and he does it because he is making an operation, and your task is not to escape from the operational theater, because he is making an operation. Only our false ego, our greed, our envy doesn't allow us to accept the teacher. But this is the problem of the disciple, not of the teacher. Even if he's solving this problem, tries to do something, if a person refuses this teacher, there is a possibility that he will not have a teacher anymore. He will be suffering for the whole life. He will have conflicts the whole life. He will not accept some people. This is the law. That's it. If you want to love Guru, love your teacher first. Do not jump from over the head. Of course, if you are close to your Guru, if he is always close to you, you can serve him. It's normal if he is your Guru and your teacher in one person. Sometimes it happens if one of the parents just dies, and there's only one who is makes the role of both of them. And if your guru is far away, your teacher will be instead of him, and you will receive the mercy of Krishna, and the guru will be happy with you, and your teacher as well. And if you don't have the teacher, you have just the guru, Just serve Guru. You'll serve both of them. But it's very difficult to stay near Guru for a long time because Guru is very heavy. You can make an offense being very close with the Guru. It's the influence of Maya. After some time, you will start noticing that the Guru is like an ordinary person. He is eating, sleeping, going to toilet, scratching his nose. And if just have to understand that you are already on your way to the hell, just be very careful. But it's a special topic, Guru Tattva. But here there are some questions. Thank you very much that you helped us to reveal them a little bit, to discuss them a bit. Just be very careful. It's a very subtle and very special topic. Only the false ego can make everything wrong. The envy and greed. Natalia, tell me please, if Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, why all the inhabitants, especially Gopis, Yashoda, Mata, Narada Maharaj, were suffering so much? This suffering brings also bliss. Suffering doesn't mean that Krishna left their life. It's just being apart, and it also brings happiness. In the spiritual world, everything brings happiness, even being apart. The stronger the being apart, the stronger the happiness, but you cannot understand it with your material intellect and mind. Spiritual things cannot be understood with material conscience. It's not easy to discuss this topic in depth. So think about to which Krishna you are going. You will be suffering a lot, but this suffering has the same equivalent of happiness. It's the same. It's mixed. Suffering and happiness. And you don't know if you are suffering or you are feeling happiness. Because Krishna is not going from your mind, he is in your mind. On the outside he has disappeared, and on the outside you are suffering, but inside you're feeling bliss. Like God Chaitanya says, he's just falling. He's just falling and crying and has some blood, and he looks like he's suffering, but he has inside a very great bliss, so that's why he doesn't notice his suffering. Like Sanatana Dhamma was walking on the hot sand and he didn't even notice the blisters. That's why, think about where are you going to go to Krishna. Like Radharani says, I cannot do anything, I love him anyway. He is not going away from my head and from my conscience. I cannot live with him, but I cannot live without him. This is how love is. I don't know if you were sent this audio recordings. I asked to send to all the participants the recording of the second chapter when God Chaitanya goes to the mood of Radharani and just tells about his feelings. But you have to understand that material world will bring you suffering without happiness. There won't be any happiness, but suffering will just be more and more. So you have to leave this suffering. How? To go on the spiritual platform, like Ramananda Raya. He is not a body. What is he doing there with those girls? He is not even interested. He is just submerged in the thoughts about God and just makes the service as the shepherd. He doesn't think himself as this body. We're touching this kind of topics a little bit, it seems like not good for the spirituality. For the other traditions may think, what are you thinking about? But from mercy of God Chaitanya, we can submerge in this hidden and mysterious topics and moods of spiritual world. This is the indicator of spirituality, that we are discussing something unreal, but that is how we're progressing. That's how our mind will be concentrated on Krishna. We have to learn this all scientifically. Do not invent some material methods how to understand Krishna. Science means experiments, watching. Just take a theory and practice and follow and notice and draw conclusions. Natalia, tell me please, if Krishna never... okay, we have already read it, sorry. Thank you very much, Natalia, for this question. Tatiana. Татьяна Козлова. Valmiki Prabhu. From the pages of the Holy Scriptures and from you during the marathon many times, you said about the importance of repeating, chanting the holy names of God. And it was said about the quantity of rounds of Mahamantra. And with the concentration of the sounds of the holy name. Please tell me if the body position is important during the japa meditation. Which kind of static poses would you recommend? Can I move? Are there any teachings about this in the Holy Scriptures? Please always sit with the straight back as you can. Please try, and especially if you're only starting and you are still defining yourself with this body, when the back is straight on our backbone, all the energy is just coming along Sushumna, along the Vajrayani channel. It's coming from the lower chakras to the highest chakra, and it activates our attention and it becomes stronger. As soon as you sit down like this, that's it. You will start thinking only about 3-4 things: about food, about sleeping, about sex, and about comfort. In all the different ways, because this energy activates those lower chakras which are responsible for that. This is the needs of the lower chakras: eating, sleeping, sex, and security. But if you are thinking about Krishna, you still will be thinking about Krishna in these terms: how to eat with Krishna, how to sleep with Krishna, how to have sex with Krishna. So the main position is a straight back. It doesn't matter if you are in lotus, if you are standing on your knees, the back should be straight. This is the most important and the most valuable thing. As for the lotus, this is the perfect position. It will activate you. Or half lotus. First one leg on one hip and then another foot on another hip. Then when your feet become hurt, then you change. And it starts the sattva guna, going up to sattva guna. As soon as it goes to sattva guna, tamas is going away. Sometimes Prabhupada was sitting in a strange way, but Prabhupada is not body. But in the most cases, Prabhupada is always sitting with his back upright when he was reading the lectures, because the energy is circulating. If there is a body, it will work. We want it or not. You can sit on your knees. You sit like this on your knees, just change. Then when you're tired, just change. You can stand on your knees, you can sit on your knees, but it's important that the position doesn't distract you from the sound. Sit in the position as long as you feel a comfort. If you feel something is becoming stiff or hurts, just try to bear a little bit, because it's the karma which is burning, because it's the karma for your 1,000 lives, because you put the body in a special way. Just all this hurt, put on the altar to Krishna. Just say that I have only this, I don't have anything else. I have my false ego and this difficult karma. That's it. That's the only thing I can offer you, because all the rest already belongs to you. And obviously give it to him. He doesn't need it, but if you give him this with love, he will accept it with love. And give it to him, these difficult states. Don't exploit Krishna.
Есть ли какие-то наставления по этому вопросу в священных писаниях? Ну,
are there anything and teachings in the holy scriptures? I do not remember. I just gave you my experience and the experience of my spiritual teacher. And when I was in my childhood, my spiritual childhood, he was teaching me all that, and I checked it on myself as well. Yekaterina, is it correct to ask that somebody's expectations towards me would be realized? You are concentrated on yourself, focused on yourself. Just behave in a way that people are satisfied with you. You can ask it, but it might be a subtle form of egoism. If these expectations are not connected with Krishna, you're doing something for yourself, it might be a subtle form of egoism, because you are concentrated on yourself. But if you're doing it for Krishna, asking your teacher or guru or friends, but with good intentions, if you will not become proud of it, then just ask. Ask to do something. I do, and pray that they have the result and they like the result. But still my ego is rejoicing about the people, about the expectations of others. Oh, sorry, I didn't read it, but this is exactly what I said before. If you are serving somebody, you don't mind if you are exploited or are not being exploited. Who came there? Parnavisha came to Ramananda Rai, and Ramananda Rai, on the spiritual level, completely spiritual personality, he doesn't think himself as this body, and he comes and says, "How can I serve you? What can I do for you? God Chaitanya sent me. Tell me about Krishna. What can I say? I don't even know what I want. Okay, then I will just ask questions for you, and I will answer them myself as well. You see, there is no exploitation. This is the mood of the spiritual world. If there will be at least a little drop of exploitation, doesn't matter towards whom, towards guru, my parents, my teachers, we will be rotting here in this material world, and we have to eradicate this. It's not easy, but we have to do it. Just serve everyone and don't disturb anyone. Don't just make any disturbance to anyone.
не в этом настроении, вы подниметесь на духовном уровне уже в этой жизни, уже в этом теле.
And in this mood, you will go on the spiritual level already in this life. Just serve everyone and don't expect anything in return. Not even a good word from someone. Do not expect anyone. This is Bhakti Yoga. This is the uninterested service to God. This was Ekaterina's question. Thank you.
Елена Миронова, благодарю за удивительный марафон.
Елена Mironova, thank you very much for the marvelous, wonderful marathon. During this marathon, I got a strong desire to read. But because of my job, I am not able to do everything on time and listen to the chapters in order. And I'm worried because I'm listening in pieces and not in the right order. Doesn't it affect my comprehension and understanding of the Holy Scripture? No, everything is fine. The time, place, and circumstances. You already have the taste. It means you will still catch up. You are already on the marathon. You're already running. Just now work. Everything is good. Do not worry. Holy Scriptures will not change. They will be the same. I also noticed that certain shlokas as if are repeated in the text. I have a strong impression that I have already read them. Really, in the reading there are some repetitions, or it's an illusion. No, it's not an illusion, these are repetitions. But each repetition is applied to something. It gives a certain definition or a hint or an inspiration or a confirmation of something. And why is it there? Because of Kali Yuga. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami was writing, it's for inhabitants of Kali Yuga, for us. What is one of the main rules of Kali Yuga? Bad memory. And that's why they always remind you. It means, if it is repeated, it means it's something important. Especially if it's from the Holy Scripture, you can see one shloka from different angles. Remember Atmarama shloka, which God Chaitanya analyzed 61 times, and it's not even the end. And then it's good that you notice this. It's not an illusion, it's the reality. Nama Chintamani is writing. I went ahead and I have finished the reading. So many discoveries and opening, enlarging my understanding. I have a feeling that I am feeling the ecstasy. Super, Namachintamani Mataji. That's great. That's what we have to aim for. And I'm envious to you, because in the beginning, when I understood that I had to do it, I found out 3 months ago that I had to do it, and I was so eager to do it, because I had this feeling, this premonition that I don't know how to describe it. What will the exit will be when you are going through it? And when the first marathon was still being created, I was delving into it with all my everything. But when we understood that I have to read aloud, it's a very big austerity. And I know now that reading silently, I will pass through it as well. And some older people in the Ministry of Education gave me this task to read Srimad Bhagavatam in 7 days, silently. And I am waiting when I will be able to delve into it. The fact that you went ahead, it doesn't matter, it's very good. Maybe you were reading silently, or if you were reading aloud, you were reading more than 6 hours a day if you have already finished it. But this is amazing that you are describing your feeling of ecstasy. This is very good. I am sure you now have the full picture of Chaitanya Charitamrita. You have, as if you just put a hat on your head and you will have this Chaitanya Charitamrita everywhere around you. Thank you very much for this realization.
Елена Киселева.
Елена Киселева.
Если я начала читать мантру, правильно, что
If I
четки
started
должны быть
reading
из
mantra, is it correct that
нимба. Я
the
читаю
beads
из
have to
Туласи.
be made out of
Одна
neem?
преданная сказала,
I
что
am
это оскорбление.
chanting
Так ли это?
on the beads from Tulasi.
Не
One
фанатейте.
devotee said that it is an
Время, место,
offense.
обстоятельства.
Is it true? Do
Не
not be
фанатейте.
fanatic. Time, place, and
Конечно, если начинать,
circumstances.
если
Do not
есть
be fanatic.
выбор, то из
Of
нима,
course, if
конечно,
you're
вначале.
starting, if
Это
you have
хорошо. Это дерево, от
a
которого родится
choice,
Господь читания.
it's
Оно
good
тоже
to have it
духовное.
from neem.
Но оно более
It's
милостивое.
the tree under which
То есть,
God
если
Chaitanya
совершаете какие-то
was born. It's also a spiritual tree, but it's more merciful. If you're
не
doing
принимается ничего. Милость Господа читания такая.
some
Из Туласи это уже серьезно.
offenses, it's not
Это уже
accepted.
серьезно. Уже
Because
будет, если что-то не
if it's
так,
made
то
from
какие-то
Tulasi,
реакции.
it is serious. If something will be wrong, there will be some reactions.
Будьте аккуратны с этим вот пониманием, что это оскорбление.
But be
прямо
careful
такое.
with this understanding that it's an offense, such
Если вы
a...
искренне сделаете это, и у вас других вариантов нету,
If you will do it sincerely and you don't have any other variants, do not worry. Time, place, and circumstances.
просто ответственность повышается. Оскорбление читать
Just
на Туласи
your
это не
responsibility
оскорбление.
is going up higher.
Вы просто можете
To chant on
совершить
Tulasi
оскорбление.
beads,
Вот
it's
это
not an
надо
offense,
понимать.
but you may commit
Можете
an
совершить
offense.
нечаянно.
That's what you have to
Что-то не так
understand.
сделали, в носу покололи,
You
сразу
can
взяли
make
за
it
Туласи.
accidentally.
И, пожалуйста, вот это уже
For example,
оскорбление.
you just
Оскорбление живое, духовное.
scratched inside your nose and you took Tulasi, and this is already an offense. It's a spiritual personality.
Мати Радхарани. Все пастушки.
And these 108 beads are all the consorts of Srimati Radharani, all the gopis. Do not put your tulasi on the place when where you're sitting with your where you're sitting, where you are lying, sleeping, where you're eating. Just put it in a clean place, and just wash the bead bag periodically, and also the beads sometimes, time to time, a little bit. But they have to be put in the butter, ghee butter or mustard oil for the night, so that they don't crack. Just put them for the night, and then in the morning just wash them and wipe them from the excessive oil. And you will progress very much if you start reading on Tulasi. But maybe you will not be able to be on time, and there might be some reactions. Important to keep the enthusiasm. It's important to keep the enthusiasm. I do not go to this devotee and tell her, you are wrong, I asked, and Valmiki told me that this is not an offense. You also don't have to tell it. Do not put this devotee in an uncomfortable position. Thanks to her, we're now discussing this. Look how many interesting things we have discovered. Just thank her. If you have from Neem, just take it. If not, just chant on Tulasi. But just be more responsible person, and the mercy of Tulasi will flow on you. If you observe all the principles, and there will be no problem. Everything will be okay. Camilla. Okay, the last question. Please tell me what to do if the relationship with my teacher are lost many years ago, and now I live in another city. I really had a very big problem to find a teacher. It's not easy to create a relationship with elders. Maybe my pride doesn't let me to surrender to somebody of the older devotees. I see some disadvantages in them, but I understand that spiritually they are much more serious than me. The relationship can break externally, but inside you have to still to respect that teacher which you have lost relationship with, as you're writing here. The spiritual things are not lost. Nobody will ban you from just expressing your respect to her. Many people from this cannot progress without understanding this value. If this person was your teacher, she was sent to you by Krishna, by Guru, and if we understand it all, there will be some reactions. This is one of the reactions. I cannot accept anyone. I see the bad features of character. Maybe you will choose someone, and it's not said that your relationship will be not like as you wanted. There might be some reaction coming from that relationship which wasn't worked upon in the previous relationship. Yes, this is a reaction. Guru Aparadha. But I don't see Guru Aparadha in you. Because if you just moved to another city, and because of this you stopped communicating. But another thing is, if you stopped communication because something else happened and only after you moved, then it's another thing. But in both cases, just express your respect to this person and do it very sincerely, and ask Krishna so that he sends you another teacher. Everything will be good. While there is nobody in the physical world that you can accept, you have Srila Prabhupada. Listen to him. He is Shiksha Guru. He is Shiksha Guru for everyone. He is our teacher. Just listen to his teachings, live for him, and remember about your previous teacher who was there and who just went away. Just express your respect to them, love them in your heart, and if there is a possibility, just pray to Prabhupada about the Guru, and it will manifest itself. If there is somebody you are feeling that you at least a little bit you can listen to them, just accept them and don't think about their bad traits of character. Become like a bee, not like a fly. Just look for the good things, and it's very nice that you are very sincerely you're writing these things. Not many things can write these things. Let Krishna be merciful to you. Thank you very much, dear participants of the marathon. Thank you very much for this running today, and we're running further. Thank you, and bye-bye.